The world's biggest vehicle manufacturer is in big trouble heading into 2024 as Toyota has come under fire for not one, but two massive scandals that have sent shockwaves through the automotive industry. After riding a massive high in 2023, things have come crashing down for the Japanese company. And if you've bought a Toyota recently, you must hear all about these controversies. Keep watching until the end to know all about the recently uncovered secrets that have dealt a huge blow for Toyota, and why the reputation built over a century may never recover. The calm before the storm. There's a saying that goes, every storm has a silver lining, and it could not be more true here. Before all their dirty laundry was aired out, Toyota was enjoying one of its best financial years in terms of sales. According to the latest sales reports, Toyota sales in the United States surged by 6.6% in 2023, and the figures get more impressive once you start to look at things on a global scale. The Japanese giant produced a humongous 9.23 million vehicles in 2023, which is a growth of 13.6% over the previous year. Nearly half of these units, 4.9 million to be exact, were produced in the first half of the year, which is a 5.1% growth over the same period in 2022. June saw sales jump of 10%, while the upward trajectory continued with 9% growth in August, with 923,180 units being produced. November was another roaring success for the world's biggest carmaker, as 14% more vehicles found loving homes compared to the semiconductor shortage-stricken year prior. With sales figures soaring higher and higher month over month, Toyota was on track to achieve the coveted 10 million marker, which would have shattered sales records set previously. But then, as you might have guessed already, the wheels started to fall off the wagon. Emission scandal with the Hino truck division. Toyota's Hino truck division was the first to come under fire, which was accused of falsifying emissions and fuel performance records for nearly 2 decades. The crime has mainly taken part in the company's motherland, and to say that Japanese Toyota enthusiasts have been left disappointed and dumbfounded by this revelation would be an understatement. This is no small issue, as emissions controversies can have a lasting impact on the reputation of a beloved automaker. Just ask Volkswagen how they fared after the Dieselgate scandal of 2015. The story keeps getting worse for Hino, as they were forced to accept that they've been falsifying fuel performance figures and emissions for most of its models for over 20 years. The impact this has had on the environment is yet to be analyzed, but one thing is certain. The Japanese government won't let Toyota or Hino off the leash so easily. For starters, the production and sale of much of its range in Japan, with the government issuing an order for Hino to report the measures they'll take to prevent this from recurring within a month. In addition, the company has also lost several engine certifications, and investigations have been carried out on most of its production facilities across the country. Hino's president, Satoshi Ogiso, has not had a good time either, as he's been summoned before the Japanese Ministry of Land Infrastructure, Transport and Tourism and handed a corrective order. The ongoing controversy is sure to have a massive impact on Hino's bottom line. Exact figures are yet to be released, but analysts have forecasted the net loss to be around a gigantic $492 million. And we have one word for it: ouch. Daihatsu crash test discrepancy. Hino is not the only sub-brand of Toyota to come under fire in 2024. Daihatsu joined the Toyota umbrella in 2016 after being bought out in a blockbuster $3 million deal. Things have quickly gone downhill in the 7 years that followed, with Daihatsu now lying in the epicenter of one of the biggest automotive controversies the world has ever seen. We're not exaggerating when we say that the claims against Daihatsu are of astronomical proportions. Over 64 of their best-selling models have been found to provide a subpar level of protection to occupants in side-on collisions, with there being substantial proof that the company has rigged the side collision test of over 88,000 cars sold in the past few years. To add salt to the wound, nearly a dozen of these models are also sold under the Toyota brand. Considering that Daihatsu vehicles make up close to 4% of the Toyota Group's overall sales, this safety controversy has dealt a chokeslam to the Toyota empire, as well as the Japanese economy as a whole. The suspicions that Daihatsu was doing something fishy with their crash tests started emerging back in April, with the initial suspicions falling on 6 different models. Once these suspicions were confirmed, the rabbit hole started going deeper and deeper. Investigations into the matter later revealed 174 different irregularities within 25 crash test categories, which is truly horrifying once you start to think about it. The issues mainly lie with the door cards used on these models, which goes hand in hand with the side collision test issues highlighted. According to Daihatsu employees, the cheating was mainly due to an excessively tight and rigid development schedule, and being exposed to the intense pressure to pass crash tests on their first attempt. This just goes to show that no matter how big an organization is, they're not immune to mismanagement. Once again, the Japanese government has taken swift action to control the damage. Daihatsu has been banned from selling or shipping their vehicles, while its parent organization has promised to carry out a fundamental reform to restore the esteemed K-car manufacturer to its former glory. This controversy has tainted the reputations of both Daihatsu and Toyota, and there are no two ways about it. Will either of these companies ever recover from this huge blow and climb back to their former highs? Only time will tell. The BZ line of electric cars tanks miserably. If you're a die-hard Toyota fan and made it this far into the video, we're truly sorry to make your day even worse. But Toyota's latest experiment in venturing into the booming electric car craze has failed spectacularly, dealing another blow to the company's already tarnished reputation. On the surface, the Toyota bZ4X might seem like one of the most futuristic EVs on the road, but don't let the looks deceive you. This car is an utter dumpster fire, and it threatens to take the company down along with it. Toyota offers the bZ4X in two flavors. The base model is front-wheel drive only, with a single electric motor providing 201 horsepower to the front axle. Upgrading to the limited variant brings two electric motors and all-wheel drive to the party, with a minor power bump up to 215 horses. Both of these powertrains have failed to impress the audience since this EV's introduction. However, with many resorting to calling it a complete and utter failure. The $45,000 starting price might seem appealing to some, but the range is where Toyota's first mass production EV struggles. Although the company estimates the base model variant to travel 313 miles on a full charge, real-world testing has shown that it is only capable of completing half that distance before running out of juice. The all-wheel drive variant does even worse, only being able to complete 47% of its promised range before biting the dust. Slow charging speeds also hold the bZ4X back, with it only getting around 20 miles of range per hour of charging. In a day and age where Teslas can top up their batteries faster than it would take you to complete this video, we aren't kidding when we say that Toyota has left a lot on the table. Toyota's entire brand and legacy have been built around being some of the most reliable vehicles money can buy. It took the bZ4X less than a year to bring this public perception to its knees, with a major flaw requiring each and every bZ4X to be sold across the globe in less than 2 months since its launch. There's been no permanent fix for this glaring issue, which makes things several times worse. The company has been forced to apologize to customers who blindly purchased their first-generation EV, and they've done so by offering them free loaner vehicles with fuel reimbursements, as well as $5,000 in credits to win their loyalty back. This is not all, however, as the first batch of bZ4X customers also get free charging at charging stations owned by EVgo until the end of 2024. But this doesn't change the fact that their brand spanking new EV broke just after 2 months from the purchase date, does it? As you might have expected, Toyota is not ready to swallow their pride just yet. They've announced 2 more BZ models that are ready to hit the market in the coming years, and we'll have to wait and see whether these do enough to correct the wrongdoings of their predecessors. The same goes for the Hino and Daihatsu controversies, but one thing is for certain, the impact of these 2 massive blows will be felt throughout the Toyota empire for years to come.